Alright, today I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily change the oil on a 2013 Range Rover Sport. We'll be using a topside method, or also known as a vacuum method. I'll put the part list in the description below. You will need a 3/8 of an inch ratchet set, and I highly recommend that you have a torque wrench to use. You also need a oil filter housing wrench, along with an oil filter that comes with the O-rings. And I highly recommend that you get genuine parts. Get a large oil extractor like this one. That way you don't have to dump the oil out in the middle of the oil change. This one holds about 9.3 quarts. And of course you need some oil. Today I'm using 5W20 Amsoil, which is one of the best oil you can buy. Make sure the engine has been warmed up. Warm oil will flow much better than cold oil. After shutting down the engine, wait about 10 minutes for all the oil to return to the sump before you begin the process. First thing I like to do is lower the vehicle down to access height so it's a little easier to work with. You will need to loosen the filter housing for a complete turn. Here I'm using some tape to mark the location, that way it's easier to tell how many turns I've done. You'll be using the larger tube along with the rubber connector to connect to the extraction port. Make sure it's firmly connected. Close the lid on the extractor. Push the button down to make sure it's in the extraction mode. Pump between 10 to 12 times to create a vacuum. As you can see, once the oil starts to flow, it will flow quite fast. This is actual speed right here. Near the end, you want to give it a few more pumps to make sure that it has extracted all the oil. Here you can see that it has extracted over 8 liters from the car, which is over 8.5 quarts. Try not to damage the threads on the filter housing as you're doing this. You will want to apply some fresh oil to all 3 O-rings. The filter housing is labeled with a torque specification of 25 Newton meters, which is roughly equivalent to 18.5 foot-pound. Next, you want to fill it up with a little bit less than 8.5 quarts of oil. Use the empty bottles to store the used oil. Make sure you dispose of it properly. Once done, you want to check the oil level before you start the engine, and also you want to check it again after the engine has warmed up. I'll put a link to the video on how to check the engine oil level in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, and if this video is helpful to you, please give me a thumbs up below.